this comes really more as a warning, but also more not really a surprise to anyone. We've seen these people in action before, and to these people in New Zealand, I warn you this: Vote Leave and Leave.EU are coming to New Zealand, and they are coming to fight to basically do exactly what they've done in the UK. Not, of course, leave a union or anything like that, but to cause as much political chaos as they can and profit from it the exact same way. So my message to you at the very start of this is reach out to lefties in the UK. Reach out to Remainers, talk to them, ask them for advice, ask them how we can help defeat them. We've fought these people. We can give you what is essentially going to be their playbook, how they're going to fight dirty, and ways that you could possibly fight back against them. We've been there, we've done that, we've got the t-shirt, we might have lost, but we learned a lot of lessons along the way doing it. So come and they'll, ask those questions and learn from us. Otherwise, your country could be in a pretty bad state. And quite frankly, these people don't care because that's what they want your country to be in. Because disaster capitalism dictates that if you can create enough political instability, then you can just swoop in and start buying up assets on the cheap left and right. So, this comes from the New European, and its Leave.EU campaign vows to cause mischief and mayhem by targeting Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand election. So, there we go. There we go. So Arron Banks Leave.EU campaigners are reportedly planning to assist New Zealand's First Party in its upcoming elections, claiming its leader is like a more seasoned version of Farage, which, again, very worrying. Again, I don't know a lot about politics, so take it as this first time I'm hearing about this, but we've been there, done that, got the t-shirt type of thing. Leave.EU campaign was fronted then by UKIP leader Nigel Farage and was seen as the unofficial campaign for Brexit during the EU referendum. The campaign played on people's fears about immigration, with Farage unveiling the infamous Breaking Point poster branded racist and dishonest by his opponents. In recent years, the group has used social media to stir up divisions, with some of the most notable divisive posters whipping up hatred towards Angela Merkel and Meghan Markle. Now, the Telegraph reports that Banks' Leave.EU campaign is advising Wilson Peters, New Zealand's party, on its social media campaign, claiming that the pro-Commonwealth politician is like a more seasoned version of Farage. So what they are basically saying there, pro-Commonwealth, is that they want you to do a better trade deal than essentially what New Zealand is actually going to offer and really what it should be offering. That's quite worrying because this now builds into another part. If you've watched my channel before, we've talked about it at length, but Empire 2.0. And hey, once you've done this and worked on New Zealand, what's to say to stop you going after Australia or Canada or maybe, South Africa or other post-Commonwealth countries to get pro-Commonwealth people in to basically restart Empire 2.0 in all the worst ways possible. This is very, very, very worrying. So, Peters, alongside the Deputy Prime Minister-backed Labour Party leader Jacinda Ardern at the general election in 2017. And she has been criticised with a strong response. She has been credited with a strong response to the coronavirus pandemic. The group is hoping for a six-figure sum deal with a politician to help increase the party's vote share as high as 12%, which could hold the balance of power in Parliament after the September election. Banks has already begun characterising Ardern as Justinarella and branding her party the Ugly Sisters. He said since 2016, we have known Winston is a huge. Wilson. Is it? Yeah, well, no, it's Winston. Winston is a huge supporter of the Commonwealth and watched firsthand watched firsthand the referendum campaign. He has always been a more seasoned version of Farage with his massive government experience. He's one of the very few current politicians that speaks fluent human and can relate to anyone. He is in the same mould as Boris, and they speak out on truth on behalf of ordinary people. He was always on the side of the people. Now, of course, this is complete and an absolute codswallop. Farage was never a man of the people. He just had a veneer of that's what he was like. And quite frankly, if you are a leftist in New Zealand, break that image. Find everything you can to break that image. The same with Farage. Farage was numerously caught at high profile, top elite level clubs. This should have been played on more continuously. The other thing was you'd always see Farage with a pint. Never an empty pint, mind you, always a full one. And I challenge anyone to show me Farage where he has an empty pint in his hand that he has drunk. Again, it's just a useful stage prop. Challenge these people all the time and question them all the time on their policies and ask this question: how does this help the people? Challenge them constantly on those facts and always make sure that you've got your responses prepared and ready. So anyway, it continues. He has studied the way social media can be used and channeled when mainstream media want to try and cancel what you have to say. His high strength, like Boris and Farage, is that he has a direct conversation with the public and social media. It is the perfect platform to do precisely that. We have deployed our top social media team and data experts, which, again, something you have to be careful now, because it looks likely that something like Cambridge Analytica will be setting up in New Zealand. So be careful and warn people about doing surveys. Warn people about these adverts if you see them and what their true purpose is. To do all the creative work. Andy and I are giving Winston to strategic advice. Andy Wigmore, the Leave.EU communication director, added, "I'm going to be on the ground in New Zealand causing trouble, mischief, mayhem and guerrilla warfare in the New Zealand election. The bad boys are back." Responding to the media reports, Peters has denied that he signed a deal with Banks. "Not only have I not hired such a crew, but it would be impossible to see how they would even gain entry into the country," he said in a statement. "The party would make no further comment on this rubbish," he said. Be extremely careful, people of New Zealand. You do not want what these people want for your country. Everything they will sell you is complete smoke and mirrors, and quite frankly, as we said there, the whole thing about the Commonwealth is not to benefit you, it's to benefit us. The idea is to get someone in that's, quote, pro-Commonwealth, to basically come in and give a magnificent trade deal to the UK, so then they can sell Brexit back at home as some sort of big success. This is what it will do to your country. It will be a detriment to your country, but a somewhat slight, I say slight in the most positive of terms, boost to us. Do not let them do that. You do not want them anywhere near. Be on guard against these people and be on guard on social media and call out these adverts when you see them.